Virgo. Sorry about that. Hey there, Virgo, and welcome to your May 2018 Love Reading with Divine Love Tarot. Sorry, as soon as I started doing the recording, the loudest airplane just blew by my house, so threw me off. But welcome, guys. Whether it's your first time here or you're a returning viewer or subscriber, I hope the message in this video resonates for you. And if not, then go ahead and check out your rising sign, your moon sign, or even your Venus sign, because sometimes those planets may be more prominent in your chart. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into this May reading. All right, Virgo, what's going on with you? Hopefully some good news, some progress, because you guys have kind of had some rough readings for like the better part of the last year. You know, I've been doing this since last June for the general public like this, and Virgo, you've been one of my, I call you guys my love child, right? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. The first card you have for your current energy, represents your current energy, and it is the Strength card, okay? So this represents you either taming your temper or taming your emotions. It can also indicate you trying to tame your partner, okay? Maybe your partner is the lion and you are, what is she? I don't know. I don't want to call her a virgin, but she's the lady, right? She's the lady in the card that's being very gentle, because in order to tame somebody that is wild or angry or very emotional, you tend to have to be very calm, okay? That's the only way. You can't be emotional too. You can't get angry too. Arguing a valid point is not going to calm the other person down. So usually you have to respond with the opposite energy and be totally calm, okay? For others of you, you're focused on romance right now, okay? You're focused on the courtship. You're focused on the dating, the passion, the sex, very good sex, okay? This is also a great time to meet people. So if you are single, you're probably, out and about. And, when the weather warms up, it's always a good time to meet people in my book. So if you're single, Virgos, go ahead and get out there. You might meet some really great people. And for others of you, you're dealing with a Leo, okay? You might be in a relationship with a Leo. Now, what's crossing that energy, or what your challenge is that there seems to be some imbalance, okay? So even though here your energy, current energy, is about taming, you may be very unbalanced, okay? So that may be difficult. It may be easier said than done to get control of your own emotions. And if this is your partner, they are severely out of balance. So it's trying, okay? It's very hard for you to maintain your composure when you have somebody that's coming at you reckless and crazy, okay? That's difficult. For some of you, it's just the relationship is so severely imbalanced. Maybe you feel like you've been giving your all, or maybe the partner feels like they've been giving their all and they're done, and now you have to find a way to deal with them and, calm them back down. But for some of you, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, all right? But also when we have this, it's like there's no middle ground right now. If you're in a relationship, there's no middle ground between the two of you. And that's why you're going to need the strength here to be able to find that. When we have Temperance in reverse, that can also indicate someone who's kind of holding on to the relationship. Somebody's not willing to let it go, okay? So you can also be dealing with that. Maybe you're the one holding on. You're holding on to the lion. Lion's trying to go. If the lion's trying to get free, Virgo, let them go free, all right? Holding on to them is just going to bite you in the behind eventually anyway, right? If you love someone, you let them go. If they come back to you, it was meant to be. Isn't that what the saying goes? All right, so let's go ahead and move on. You're coming from the past energy of the Three of Swords in the reverse. So with the Three of Swords in reverse, it can indicate that you went through something and it was difficult for you to get over that, whatever it was, okay? That means it took you a long time to heal from some sadness. There were misunderstandings, because this could represent a failed relationship, but just some sort of past hurt, okay? So maybe when you got into this new situation, you were already hurting from another situation, okay? And therefore the balance was never really there, because emotionally, you've never been emotionally balanced in this situation. Or vice versa, okay? Or maybe both of you went through something and, it's been a trying time. If you're single, you went through something in the past and you're trying to get over it, but it's difficult, and sometimes it is, depending on how hurtful that situation was. It will be difficult, and you do have to give yourself some time to get over it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to your future energy. And we have the Chariot. Okay, so for some of you, you're going to be very guarded going forward. Chariot represents being cautious, right? Not rushing in. This man is on the chariot, but these horses are seated. So this vehicle is not going anywhere right now. So for relationships, there may be a bit of a pause or a stall in the relationship. Even though you may feel like you want to press forward, you may want to slow things down because, you don't want to go rushing forward, especially when a situation isn't balanced, okay? Um, but also with the Chariot, this could just be you being very cautious or someone being very cautious with you, okay? And for some of my Virgos, this can represent a Cancer. So you may meet a Cancer in the future, or, if your partner is a Cancer, you'll be dealing with them in some capacity in a major way. There'll be a major, I'll pick a clarifier, of course, when I do the extended to find out exactly what role that person's going to play. Let's go ahead and move on to what you want, okay? And here's one of those cards I don't like to see in this position, so I'm going to pull another card. But right now you've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So it does tell me that you do want, it's like you want the nightmare to be over, right? The Nine of Swords represents waking up from a night where things are not as bad as they seem. So it's it's I'm gonna pull the next card because, like I said, this is what you want. So it's like, okay, Virgos, what do you want? Yes, you want to wake up from the nightmare. You want things to be better, but that's still not the greatest of cards. Then we get the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So it's another nine, and it's in the reverse. So it's almost like you want something that may not necessarily be the best for you. It's, the Nine of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment. But in the reverse, it can indicate being careful what you wish for, okay? Your wish can come true, but, say you wanted a particular person and then you find out that person is just not a great match for you. So I'm going to pull another card. All right. We've got the Eight of Wands, okay? So it seems like you want someone, or maybe you want to go back to a time where, where you guys first fell in love. You want romance. You want that sudden, like, whirlwind romance being swept off your feet. But once again, be careful of what you wish for, because it seems like you want something that's not necessarily the best thing for you, okay? So if it's even going back to the beginning of this particular relationship from my couples, I mean, if things are really bad, there's no point of wishing to go back to the beginning because they'll continue to be bad. You've got two major arcana cards here in your current situation and your challenge, which means that this is probably most likely a karmic situation where there's a lesson for you to be learned. So instead of trying to avoid the lesson and going back and thinking that you can change, for some of you, you started off on a bad footing, okay? So you can't go back and change that, right? There's no point of wishing to go back, but just hope that you can move forward, So maybe if for you, if that does resonate, that you are hoping things could go back to the beginning, you don't want to go back to the beginning of this because you're still going to wind up with this somehow because you're meant to go through this because you're supposed to learn something from this, okay? So let's go ahead and see your internal factors, okay? So this is what's ruling you consciously or subconsciously. And we have the Three of Wands, okay? So the Three of Wands represents like having patience because you're waiting on something to change. You're hoping that things will go differently, okay? The Three of Wands it's hopeful. It's wanting to be treated as an equal in a relationship. But it's almost like you want to be treated, yes, as an equal, but you're also ready to move on if that's not going to happen. Okay, and I feel like that's where a lot of you guys are at this point. It's like, yes, you would like to tame the person that yes, you would like to manage the situation and you would like things to be better. But if there's a lot of hurt going on here that the other person can't get over, and they're just a lot for you to handle, and they're coming at you with a lot of negativity, it's very difficult for someone to sustain that. You would literally have to be Mother Teresa in order to sustain that. And if you cause this hurt to your partner, or vice versa, if they've caused hurt to you and you know that you're not getting over it, there's no point wishing and hoping for things to be something that they're not, okay? There's no point of waiting for things to be better or for things to get better. This is going to take active participation on both parts. So if you're willing to put in the work, but your partner is not, it's not going to work, and vice versa, okay? And that's just a realistic outlook on it. Let's go ahead and see what your advice card is for the reading. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, okay? So yes, the Eight of Pentacles represents hard work. So your advice would be that if you want to manage this situation, you're going to have to prepare. You're going to have to prepare yourself emotionally, mentally, prepare for that hard work, okay? Prepare to put in the work. So if you've been the one who hasn't been pulling your part, then you're going to have to be prepared to do some overtime in the situation to make up for the imbalance here. Okay, Virgo? Also, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's about adapting to the changes that are happening, okay? So things are changing, this waiting for them to go back to how they used to be, that's not being adaptable. That's actually being very stubborn, and you're not going with the flow, okay? And if this person is saying, look, I want to move forward, yes, I do want to get over, but you have to at least acknowledge what has happened. You can't just wish it away, okay? So if you're the responsible party, Virgo, then you have to acknowledge your role, be really actually like sorry or repentant about what you've done, and move forward, and then maybe your partner can move forward. But you can't just say, you know what, I just want us to get to a better place. I just want things to be better, but not acknowledge the real pain that you put this person through. And that's going to go both ways. If your partner hurts you and they don't want to acknowledge that hurt, then you either have to prepare to go through a lot to get that acknowledgement that you need, or that apology that you need, or prepare to move on, right? Emotionally. All right? And get ready for whatever comes your way, okay? Be proactive, not reactive, because the situation's already out of balance. All right? Let's go ahead and move on to the external factor in this reading. And we've got the Eight of Cups in the reverse, okay? So for some of you, if you're in a relationship, your partner may be wanting to end things if it's a long-term relationship, okay? Because if there's no understanding here. When the Eight of Cups is here, it's a lack of understanding. Or they're trying to salvage. They're trying to see if there's anything more salvaging here. Because when the Eight of Cups is in reverse, they're not looking at this. They're focusing on these two cups here. So the two cups could be with you, or it could be somewhere else. It could just be their love life that they're saying, look, I'm not going to waste all my time and all my emotions and energy on this situation. I still have the possibility to go forward. But for some of you, they could be thinking, you know what, how can we fix this situation? But I'll pull clarifiers for this position also. For others of you, there's someone, this indicates a hanging on, right? Hanging on because you're afraid to be single. Almost like this Temperance in reverse, okay? So for some of you, it could be your partner that's holding on to this relationship. Not necessarily because they think things are going to get better. They're just dragging things out because at the end of the day, they're afraid to be alone, okay? They don't want to go back to single life. They don't want to be single. They want to be in a relationship, and it really doesn't matter if the relationship is broken, okay? Now, you move on to your hopes and your fears, and we've got the Page of the Page of Wands in the reverse. So Virgo, you fear talk, you fear gossip, you fear what people are going to say, okay? Oh, what are they going to say if you guys break up? What are they going to say when they find out that you're the reason? Or what are they going to say when they find out that you're leaving somebody? Or, maybe your family really likes this person. This is just an example. And now if you break up, they're going to be, talking smack like, oh, did you see this person left so-and-so? Well, why would they do that? But it's almost like you're afraid. Either that, or it's a fear of hearing bad news. You may be afraid to hear that your partner wants to walk away from the situation, okay? And that's just, the Page of Wands it's a younger energy, so it's almost like an immature fear. And it kind of falls in line with this waiting and this hoping for, hoping for this whirlwind romance to come in and kind of save you from this, you know, turbulent type of a situation. Okay. Um, Moving on to the outcome though, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So, for some of you guys, you have a new start, and it's actually with a solid foundation. Okay, some of you, you will find a way to reconnect with your partner, or they will find a way to reconnect with you. All right, for others, this is a new start with someone else who is, you know, very sexually attracted to you, you're very sexually attracted to them, but it's not just a sexual connection. You guys actually have some type of sturdy foundation to base your, newfound relationship off of. And that can go for my singles as well. There's someone coming towards you who, yes, they are very hot, but they also have, and you guys have enough in common, or you have that foundation there to build from. Okay, so that's a very good sign. So, once again, it's like once you prepare to handle a situation, or once you put in the work and handle a situation, you can start moving forward. But, you probably will be very guarded in that situation, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's to be expected. And if you are single and there's not really anything, then this is another indicator that this is a very good time for you guys to get out there and start dating, because this is a very positive energy for you guys as far as relationships go. All right, Virgo, so that has been your reading. Hopefully, like I said, you did get some type of message, or it did resonate with you. If you're interested, after this, I'm going to get into the extended reading where I pull clarifiers for certain positions. And if you would like the extended reading, there's a little eye icon on the right hand side of your screen up here somewhere. And in that icon, it will also explain to you, or it'll be a link for you to purchase a reading if you'd like a personal reading. And also, if you'd like to enter for my monthly drawing to win a free reading, that is also there. You can visit my Patreon site for information on how to do that. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Like I said, hope you got the message. And if not, check out your other signs, Moon, Rising, Venus. And I will see you guys at the next reading. Bye, Virgo.